Welcome back to the birthplace of the ERL. Puff is on pole from Remy LeBeau and Revo. Then it's Sebastian Ocampo in 4th from Versio with his best career qualifying. Aikawada 6th from Cable, and Hernandez out-qualifies his teammate. Then it's Ronnie Solo, the Red Devil, and Kwon Todoroki in 11th. Marcus Nelson starts 12th then from Tenali Gabo and Lala Leclerc. Then it's Salos Kynes, Jonathan Sims in 16th from Falstead and Scatterling Watak. Elliot Deli is lined up alongside teammate Bob Sarv. Then it's Francis Austin and Cosmos Rodicis. Renault running a throwback scheme today with Dragon running an inverted colour palette as all 5 lights go on here in Shanghai. We go green. Good start there from the pole man, Puff. Bad start from Marcus Nelson. Came into this race second in the standings. Remy LeBeau with the inside line, heading through turn number 1. This is usually the optimum line, and it will be for the man from France. Remy LeBeau takes the lead as Ocampo moves up into 3rd, almost tried to get up into 2nd position, but Revo reclaims that position. Kynes has been given a time penalty as they make their way into turn 4. Lines down the inside from Ocampo as his teammate gets a time penalty. And that's going to be 2nd for Sebastian. Lord of Carbon flying all across the track. But it's been a relatively clean opening lap. As you can see, the Renault Edams number 83 of Elliot Deli trying to not be lost here. Hernandez makes his way up into 3rd. Here comes Ocampo looking for a way to get back up into 2nd position. He's had a flyer of an opening lap. He sends it into the wall. That's the wall. Big shot in the mid-pack. Puff, the man who entered this race 3rd in the standings, is out in Shanghai. And also off Charles Hernandez. Ronnie Solar and Cable struggling to get out. That's a pile-up down at the chicane there, and that's gonna halt the progress of so many drivers. Also out, Hernandez there, as now they're able to get through, and I think that might be Kwon Todoroki. No, he's still in this. 2 retirements. And for Ocampo, he's got a bent out of shape front wing. He's going to have to pit. Puff came into this race looking to try and gain on Marcus Nelson, to gain on Lala Leclerc. Now all he can do is hope that neither of those guys in front of him in the standings can gain any points. And Nelson getting a time penalty, that's good progress for him. In comes Ocampo as we're on to lap 2. Remy LeBeau has been given an open goal to win here in China. The 24th season of the ERL is just as exciting as the first. Austin far down the order right now, but I don't think he'll be last. Soft tyres going on for Sebastian. Would have probably gone on to the hards if I were him. But of course, I'm not him. I'm not down at the Andretti strategy department, so they've definitely got something in the plans, but they are down in 19th now. The season 18 champion Oscar Falstad's been going to fussing and time penalty, as there goes Bogdasarov in front of Medicis and Oscar. Time penalty again for the number 4, 10 seconds worth. It's been a really scruffy season 24. That Toyota Gazoo Racing team, they've been developing in all the wrong areas, while all the teams headed into the season knowing that there would be a major change to how the powertrains were being developed. Toyota decided not to bother with the powertrains, and now in round 14, look at where it's gone then. We've got another full course caution, and it's Elliot Deli. Elliot Deli out of this race, and that's a really bad place to have an incident like that. That leaves only just one Edams Renault car in this race, running the same livery that they did in the World 500, the same livery that they used in their first appearance in the ERL, the same livery that got them the first win in ERL history with the number 13 of the Dragon Sonic. Full course cautions end as we get back to the green flags here in Shanghai, China. Falstad with a track limits warning further back, and you can see this is just not the season to be a Toyota Gazoo Racing fan. They'll be repartnering with McLaren for one more season next season, but that just sounds like a band-aid solution, because McLaren, they did take the championship, but it's a struggle all around, and Gabo now having to capitalize on the opportunity that he's got to try and move up the standings, because as it stands, the only change will be up top, and that will be Marcus Nelson moving to the championship lead. For a man who could go for a second title, that would be definitely something. But the fans want you a puff to win the championship, and unfortunately today, out of this race. On board we go with car number 66, and he was involved in that earlier melee on lap 1, which took out the Scotsman. And look at that, the weaving that you're getting. There's blistering on those softs. The only Jaguar driver left in this race, the Red Devil, almost hit the pit lane wall. That happens a lot around here. 121.7 for the Dutch driver. Tries to look for a way past Eikerwald in front. Sims is taking the fastest lap as Ocampo gets a track limits warning. Another fastest lap comes in. It's UK Ball, a 120.25. Can the number 99 get past Dyker? Tries to go alongside. He holds outside. He moves to the inside there. Almost contact. And it is going to be third for the number 99, as he's now free to chase after the reigning drivers' champion, Revo, whose championship defense will come up short once again. He's the last man to have a successful championship defense as Revo, as Eikerwald moves past the number 99. And they are holding quite the tandem draft coming through that chicane again. And Vestio just pointing this out. He's kept his nose clean all day, and that has helped him out quite a bit. Currently running 5th in the 38 car. This is just good stuff from the Brazilian. Meanwhile, the fight for 3rd. Will Ike defend from the Red Devil? No, he won't, because big lift going through there just to make sure he doesn't have to weave too much. And risk hitting the wall. That is definitely just risk management down there. We haven't seen any of the top 3 pit, but that's Kynes getting dangerously close to the front wing of UK Ball. Leclerc with a track limits warning as well. There is UK Ball as Nelson's come in and will serve that time penalty of his. Here comes the 89. Will he go down the inside? He won't. The dirty air that's being displaced by not just Salas Kynes, but his teammate Ronnie Sola, definitely not helping, but he's looking to the outside right now. The definition of a good pass here would be just to hold it around the outside, and he can't do it. Kynes holds on to 6th, but for how much longer? He's alongside is UK Ball, the 2-time ERL Formula E champion. That's seasons 10 and 21. Standout performance in season 20's chase, where despite not even being in the running for the chase for the cup, if it weren't for the fact that he had the fan vote on his side to even admit him, he made the most of that opportunity and wound up finishing 2nd in the chase for the cup standings. That was great stuff to see back in season 20. And it just shows talent in the ERL is infinite as long as you know what to do with it. We've got some darkening clouds here in China as in come the top 2, maybe even the top 3 if the Red Devil decides to pit. He does. So softs tyres going on for Revo. Mediums going on. We've got yellows in sector 3. Salas Kynes has hit the wall. Track's been cleared up quickly. Jonathan Sims now assumes race lead. Ronnie Sola will be 2nd. We're seeing an influx of drivers into the pits. That's close to the back of Kynes coming in for Kwon Todoroki. Out of the pits for Remy LeBeau, and he is 3rd in front of Lala Leclerc, who's yet to stop. And you can see him coming through turn 1. He is struggling on those hards. He's got his teammate on his tail. Goes side by side there, and that will be the Angolan to P4. And through that hairpin they come. And Iker, he's actually been able to close that gap to Remy LeBeau in front. This race likely to be a 2-stop, because I don't think that those mediums are going to last the full way of this race for anyone who's just stopped onto them. They should be able to do half the race, but no more, no less. Sims has done 6 laps on his softs. And oh, lunge from Revo, almost the wall, almost forced Ocampo into the wall, but just about keeps it out of both barriers to take 6th position. That's a net P3 currently, because Ike has jumped him in the pit stop phase. As that's Vestio following the number 7, and he's gonna have to pull out of that slipstream now. He looks to the inside. Debuted in season 22, sends it, and the Brazilian's hit him. He's hit Revo, but it hasn't been enough to detect anything. Revo's going back around the outside through the final turn, and he maintains P5. Sims and Solar both into the pits. It's Remy LeBeau from Ica World and Revo. U-Cable's been given his third and final track limits warning, going side by side, wheel to wheel with Mark Snelson. Mark is struggling on those hards. Those are not race tyres. If anything, those tyres will only work in one condition, and that is come the end of the race where you get track position. Out of the pits there, Ronnie Sola in 12th position. Just been glad that this race has been able to mellow out somewhat. Leclerc in 16th, done every lap of this race on those hard tyres, same as Cosmas Medicis. They've gained track position by doing that. But that's all they've gained. They have not run a very quick race. If anything, the exact opposite. He's trying to catch up as we've got to move further up. That's the Red Devil into the wall and out of the race for Verstio. Out goes the Brazilian. Was saying he was running a very good race. He was. And the 99 just ran him way too close to the wall there. That's your 4th retirement of the day. Verstio out on lap 7 of 14 here in Shanghai in race 14 of 17 in season number 24. Full course cautions are ending as we now get back under the green flags. Don't expect Remy to come in until lap 10 as he now begins lap number 8. He's going to have to pull away from Ica, who pits. Ica's into the pits for his second stop. If he was going to do a stint that short, he should have just gone onto the softs. But another set of mediums going on for the Pinnacle driver. Track limits penalty for Marcus Nelson. Close to contact between Sola and Gabo. Ronnie Sola now confirmed to be running his final start in the ERL Formula E Series before effectively being resigned to only running in the Race of Champions. As that is out of the pits, Ica World helping Ronnie to hold on to 8th position. Might be an old head, but he's still a smart head. Cosmas Medicis has come into the pits, so that means that Leclerc is the only one out there to have run every lap on that set of tyres, that set of hard tyres, and those are the only tyres that you can really do it on. Leclerc is, right now, he's not banking on track position right now. As it stands, he would drop outside of the top 10. Effectively, if you're going to gamble on anyone leading the championship after this race, it would still be Leclerc. It's almost a wall there. Good move from U-Cable to get past him. But still not ideal at all. Contact for Ronnie Sola. 5-second time penalty handed his way. That's a 3-way fight for 7th. Almost going 3 wide themselves. Who's going to get attack mode here? Everyone not named Marcus Nelson. Natsu. Revo sets a new fastest lap of 1:19.7. There goes Gabo past them. And is oh, that's not even Gabo. Who went past? I think that was Ica who went past. It was a white car, so it might have been Ronnie. Sorry. On board to go with car number 46. Almost forced into pit row. Leclerc comes in for his one and only pit stop of the race. Sola moves up into P7. Gabo comes in for his second stop. Medium's going on, so now as Gabo serves that time penalty, Leclerc will re-emerge in this race down in 17th position, maybe even 12th, but it's been a monster effort from Pinnacle Motorsport to make sure that he's still ahead of what we technically refer to as the back markers. It's still Remy LeBeau at the head of the pack. Revo is second from the Red Devil and U-Cable. Gap between Remy LeBeau and U-Cable is 20 seconds, so Remy could pit right now and still have a basically guaranteed podium because he doesn't have any time penalties. This is definitely Remy's race to lose, and it has been that way ever since Puff crashed out as he now comes into the pits. That's car number 27. Revo will inherit the race lead. And I think the Red Devil comes in with him. Yes, 4 to go. Of course, it's still got those very dark clouds. Not too sure if it will rain today. If it does rain, then this decision will only give Remy a P2 and nothing more, nothing less. Out of the pits comes the Frenchman. He's got U-Cable right on that Sims Motorsport car. But for the Red Bull Sims Porsche team, they've done a good job in keeping him in that fight for the lead. He's in front of U-Cable, and that's exactly what they needed to do. Fastest lap goes to Sebastian Ocampo as Rossack gets a track limits warning. Running turn 4 there for Remy, and he's pulling out. He's pulling out in front of U-Cable. Those mediums can easily make it to the end of this race right now. There's no question about it. Remy can win this race. And it would take a rain shower, a battery failure, or something cataclysmic, catastrophic like that to stop that. But I don't think that's going to happen. This is usually the part in the Shanghai E3 where nothing really happens. It's, oh, down the inside into the wall for Ronnie Solar! Yellow flags! That's Solar and the Red Devil into the air for the 46. For the second time this race, the Red Devil has caused an incident down at that chicane by just pushing his luck too far. And now, both he and Ronnie Solar have got damage. Leclerc now on their tails. Leclerc's going to move up into 9th here. This is absolutely catastrophic. In comes Revo. DS Virgin probably wanted a yellow flag period, and Revo comes out of the race. He's in 4th. Leclerc's been given a time penalty for track limits. Track limits penalty for Lawless Leclerc. So that is going to really hinder his race. Kwon Todoroki comes in, 3rd stop for the Red Devil here. It's a Sims Motorsport 1-2. Now, to maintain that, they need to defend from Ica with all they've got. It would be a double podium nevertheless, because as it stands, Revo's not close enough. Round the outside goes Ica World to ruin Red Bull Sims Porsche's day. That's 2nd place for the Angolan, and now Revo closing in. He's got a really quick set of tyres in that 7 car. Looking for a way past Jonathan. He's going to get attack mode, so he doesn't need to make the pass there, but he goes down the inside anyway. Good stuff from the 4-time champion, Revo, up into P3. And is there a problem for Jonathan? Don't think so. It's just those hard tyres are not built for speed. But Revo, not only are those softs built for speed, that DS Virgin car is built for combat. He moves up into 2nd position with only 2 more laps left to run. Can he win this race? It would take quite a lot. The gap between 1st and 2nd. 10 seconds and a full course caution. The Red Devil is out of this race. A double DNF for Panasonic Jaguar. He saw a track limits warning, or penalty for Kwon Todoroki. It was a warning rather. 23% for Francis Austin in that Toyota Gazoo racing car. And Ronnie Solar in the 46, you can see him running that turn too. This might help a driver like Marcus Nelson to serve that time penalty in the pits. Put on some soft tyres too. Also in Carlos Sainz. And I imagine Francis Austin will come in soon. As we now get back under the green flags. And that caution period really did not help Revo. Those soft tyres are cold compared to the warmed up hards, mediums around him. Revo's the only one who's going to be struggling with tyre temperatures, but he's got those softs back up to temperature, so crisis averted for the 7 crew. And DS Virgin Racing, they've not really done too well. They'll be partnering back up with the IndyCar operation in Hyperdrive Racing. Francis Austin and Falstad, they were dropping down the order, but no, it was because Francis came into the pits. 6 seconds is the margin as we head on to the penultimate lap of this race. It's Remy LeBeau from Revo and Ica World for Sims right now. He's the only one who can change the podium. Ica is too far away from Remy or Revo to make any impact. This is going to come down to what Sims can do. What can Jonathan do here to help his team? Ask not what you can do for others, but ask what you can do for yourself. I believe that's something that JFK did said, but you know what? Who cares? This is racing. I don't even know why I quoted that. That was stupid. On board we go with Sebastian Ocampo. As Marcus Nelson further back with a track limits warning. He's fighting with Carlos Sainz over 10th position. The man 2nd in the standings right now. He needs more points than what he's currently getting. Fastest 3rd sector is not going to help him if the man behind him's got attack mode and moves up into 10th position. Leclerc currently is set to increase his championship lead by only 6 points. But 6 points could easily be the margin of championship victory. However, we have just seen the IndyCar series come down to not quite the wire and leave us with Linus Eriksson champion by over 50 points, that's just insane. That's the largest IndyCar Championship margin of all time. We're on to the final lap here in Shanghai. And for Sims Motorsport, they've done an absolute blinder of a strategy for the number 27. He's coming through the end of the first sector right now. Sims himself trying to close up to the back of Ica World, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Ocampo struggling with his tyres at 20%. He should be able to make it to the end of this race. Same could be said for Cosmas Rodicis. But we haven't seen that much rapid tyre drag. Third track limits warning for Nelson. He is absolutely hustling and bustling with Carlos Sainz over 10th position. He needs that 1 point. He needs that 1 point to stay in the battle. Meanwhile, further up front, Remy LeBeau rounding that long turn. He's onto the back straight. The long straight that makes that Shang character at the very end of the track. Todoroki set the fastest first sector of anybody. Sainz isn't close enough to stop Nelson, but there's no stopping Remy LeBeau today. Makes his way out of the hairpin, and he said that he wanted to win a race very early on in the season. He knew that he needed to win once, and Remy LeBeau wins the Shanghai ePrix and takes the crown jewel race win with it. Remy LeBeau taking victory from Revo, coming across the line in second with the fastest lap of 117.8. Ica World will be third in front of Jonathan Sims, and Jonathan ran an absolutely beautiful race out there. Nothing to scoff at for him. As you can see, Ocampo now coming across the line in 6th. Leclerc will leave here as championship leader once again. And who's going to stop him? The two Audi drivers have collided at the final lap. Medicis is out. Rossack is pushing his teammate. We are back under the full course cautions. Medicis is upside down. He's not going to finish. Well, the full course cautions are ending, and I don't think we're going to see too much more action. All you're going to get is Bogdasarov versus Rossack. I don't think those two are going to come to blows. On board we go with Daniel, and he's on the back. He's going to do it at the line, is he? He's taking it. That's 14th for Daniel. Good stuff. And this is the podium. French driver for a British-German team. Italian driver for a French-British team, and an Angolan driver for a Philippine-based team. It's Remy LeBeau taking victory from Revo and Ica World here in China. Brilliant stuff from the top three, but it really wasn't a contest. The second Yuapov crashed out, he was the only one who could have challenged the Red Bull Sims driver. Then it's Jonathan Sims himself from UK Ball and Sebastian Ocampo. Lalo Leclerc will increase his championship lead by 6 points in front of Quan Todoroki, Tanale Gabo, and Marcus Nelson. Then it's Carlos Sainz, Ronnie Sola, Oscar Folstad, Daniel Bogdasarov, Scadolin Rossack, and Francis Austin with your non-finished being Cosmas Rodicis, the Red Devil, versus Theo, Elliot Zelli, Charles Hernandez, and unfortunately for all of you Scottish fans, Yuapov. In the driver standings, Leclerc, Lawless Leclerc, sorry. My lungs are going. He leads the way, and he is 15 points in front of Marcus Nelson. Behind them is Yuapov, who's only 10 in front of Tanale Gabo. This championship run for the Jaguar driver seemingly unraveling as he's now 32 points back. Remy LeBeau is 5th from Sebastian Ocampo and UK Ball. Then it's Ica World, 1 point in front of the Red Devil. Ronnie Sola tied with Quan Todoroki. Both drivers will be leaving the ERL at the end of the season. Then it's Sims, Revo, Carlos Sainz versus Theo, Hernandez, Austin, Delhi, Bogdasarov, and Rossack, with Folstad and Rodicis yet to score in the constructors' standings. Heading into the next round in Australia. Pinnacle Motorsport lead the way on 247 points. They're in front of Panasonic Jaguar and DS Virgin Racing. Then it's Red Bull Sims Porsche, who are only 1 point in front of MS Emlyn Andretti. Then it's Power Motorsport, Faraday Future Dragon Racing, Mercedes EQ, Team Edams Renault, Toyota Gazoo Racing, and App Schaeffler Audi Sport. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL returns.